Airbrushing can be a bit intimidating, so today I'm going to share with you guys a makeup tutorial and hair tutorial that's romantic and great not only for everyday but also for a wedding. Let's start off with a fresh and clean face, and I'm going to turn on my Belletto Studio airbrushing system. And it's very simple to put together, and it already comes with different foundations and blushes for you to use. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it to a low setting in order to add the concealer. When I add the concealer, I just want 2 shades lighter than my natural skin tone color. And you just want to give it a good shake and add a few drops, and I think 2 is enough for underneath your eyes. It's actually more than enough because you get a little extra underneath. And then holding it about 2 to 3 inches from your face, you want to just go in a back and forth motion. You don't want to hover over one spot too much because then it's going to add too much to one spot. Once I'm ready to add the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and turn it to a medium setting, and that's going to give me just the perfect amount of pressure to add that. And I'm going to be using F5 for my natural skin tone color, and I'm going to add about 8 drops, which is just enough to cover my whole entire face. And it's a very, very light feeling when it comes to airbrush. You barely feel it at all. That's one thing that I really like about the airbrushing system, and it takes a while to get used to it, but after the 3rd time you'll be a pro. And when applying foundation, you want to hold it about 8 to 10 inches away from your face. Now let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to be using Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corner of my eye as well as all over my lid. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using Maybelline's color Tatoo, the Pure Pigments, and I love this color so much. It's really, really pretty. And I want to add a little highlight to the inner corner of my eye, so I'm going to dab that with my finger just because it gives me a lot more product than it would with a brush. And then I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Silent Treatment Trio palette, and I'm going to be using the color that says Lit on there, obviously. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put it all over my eye to give me a very light, champagne-y, pretty look all over the eye. Now I'm going to go in with a darker shade, and I'm going to just put that on the crease of my eye, and then grabbing a clean brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend that all together so there's no harsh lines and it's a very soft and romantic look. Now on to the mascara. I always have to use 2. The first one is this one from Eyeko, and it gives me a lot of volume, which is something that I really love about this mascara. I think I've used it in a couple tutorials now, but it's a really great mascara. I love the squeezy tube. It's very different. And of course, I can't go without the Colossal Cat Eye Mascara from Maybelline. This is like my holy grail mascara. It goes on top of every single mascara that I have. I'm going to go in once again with that lighter shade, and I'm going to apply it to the inner corner of my eye, and that's really going to make your eyes pop and stand out a lot more because I want to add a little bit of a darker eyeshadow right underneath instead of adding something that's harsh. This is something that's very romantic and kind of smoked out but very natural. Let's move on to our cheeks. I'm going to be using this bronzer from Wet n Wild. It is new to their collection, and I really like the packaging. I think it's really cute. So I'm just going to grab a little bit, and it's very, very pigmented, so you do want to tap off as much as you can before applying it, and you are going to apply it right underneath your cheekbones. And you don't want to forget to add it to your temples as well to make it look evened out and to give you that really chiseled look. Now let's move on to the blush. And I'm going to go back to the airbrushing system, and I'm only going to add 2 drops, which is more than enough to add to your cheeks. And you want to hold it again 8 to 10 inches from your face and slowly apply that in the lowest setting that it has, so you can concentrate a little bit better and get a little bit closer. I'm going to add a little bit of that highlighting that I did in my eyeshadow in the corner of my eyes and put that on my cheeks. And using this lipstick from Bare Minerals, it is in the shade Get Ready. I love this shade. It came in my Ipsy bag. I'm going to add that to my lips. And let's move on to hair. I'm going to be using the Nume Titan 3 set, which is 1 wand with 3 different interchangeable barrels, depending on the size of the curl that you want. And it's a pretty amazing wand. When I went to New York 2 weeks ago with Maybelline, all the other girls had it too. And it's just really easy to use. It doesn't damage your hair as much as other wands do, and it heats up really fast. And it keeps your curl in contact. So I'm just going to go ahead and part it, and then I'm going to curl all of my hair and curl it away from your face. And once you get to the top, I like to back comb it a little bit, and then I like to add the barrel really close to the roots of my hair, and that gives me a lot of volume. Now once you get to the front, you just want to make sure that they look a little bit more neat, so I do take a little more time doing that. I'm going to take a small section of hair from behind my ear and I'm going to bring it around and I'm going to French braid it. So what I like to do is I like to braid it a little bit and then I take a small piece of hair along the way just so that it looks really big and voluminous and it looks like it's part of the rest of my hair. It just makes it a lot more thick. It's a hairstyle that I have in a lot of my Instagram pictures. It's just really easy to do and I've gotten so many requests for a hair tutorial like this, so I'm really excited to be doing it. And I also have a code for the Nume one if you guys are interested. I'll have that here where you guys can see it and also have a link down below where you can find it in the description box. Once you get to the end of the braid, you just want to secure it with a bobby pin to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere and that it's nice and secure and that the braid doesn't unravel.
Painting over the signs again. Pulling myself out of the futon.
I was filming in my PJ bottoms the whole time, so I'm gonna go ahead and change into the super cute skirt, which is from SheInside.com, and this shirt is also from there too. I absolutely love the unique style that SheInside.com carries. They are really, really cute, especially something girly like this. And for shoes, I'm wearing these from Just Fab. They're gorgeous. I love them. They're so cute and extremely comfortable. Don't mind the cut on my leg. I actually fell down the stairs, but that's a whole different story. So this hair and makeup is also great for a wedding, especially because it's really romantic and I love the braid that it has. Braids are very in right now when it comes to weddings, and this dress, it is from my Market collection. I absolutely love the tulle. It's super cute, and my shoes are also from JustFab.com. I'll talk to you soon. Muchos besos. Mwah.
Myself out of my headspace. I realize I'm in the same place. Yeah. Treading water till the phone goes.
I love that smile. You made some tacos for us. What kind? Okay. I'm coming.